This is Josiah Plays The Elder Scrolls Online Dark Brotherhood DLC. We are here in Knight's Grave. We are chasing down the Black Dragon. We're passing some statues. And we gonna do this. Wall's been busted through. Ooh, that, oh my god, that's the epic place.
I'm ready to die. Let's see if you're good enough to kill me.
That right there is awesome looking. Holy crap. That is awesome looking. Boom, there's a screenshot. That awesome looking epic place is where I'm gonna fight her. This is so cool. This just got serious. This just got serious. Let's get the sword back out. Actually, let's keep the sword out. Typically, I don't interrupt very often unless it's something I really have to interrupt, like scroll regeneration or like a boss ability or something. In a dungeon, I might do some more interrupting because then it's more essential. But I find that the window of time you have to interrupt is usually pretty short, and you have to be right next to them. And a lot of times I'm not right next to them because I move around a lot. So then if I try to run up to them and interrupt them, then I run out of time and the thing goes off anyway. So I don't have a lot of good luck with that. Black Dragon. Oh my god, she has a lot of health. Oh my lord. What if I can Blade of Woe her? I don't think I can.
You remind me of who I was. That's why I'm going to kill you. If not redemption, then let me have battle.
Oh, she is fucking me up already. She just dodged my shit.
At least in combat, the lies we tell are pure.
Oh, she's really weak, actually. Oh god. Oh god! After I said that, I suddenly start getting owned. Killer's Blade! Oh, I got her. Oh, the Wrath of Sithis is coming to take her.
Stories were true. Sithis, have mercy!
Fuck you, Black Dragon! Nice. Nice. Victory. How you feel about that? I did use one potion in there. Oh, I can read her shit. I defeated the Black Dragon, and the Wrath of Sithis has claimed her soul. Now I need to find my way out of these ruins. Oh, look at this place. This place is dope! Look at that thing. That is so cool. It's like it's made out of natural rocks. Oh, and there's the Hourglass of Akatosh. I wish I could smash that. That'd be so awesome. Because honestly, fuck Akatosh at this point. Alright, let's read her journal part 2. I sought out the ruins of Knightsgrave after the enclave of the Hourglass began to feel too confining, too full of life. I don't deserve to mingle with so many vibrant, living beings. Death has become more than my vocation. It's a vital part of my life. So why not linger in this place of the dead? I admired the statues on the stairs that descended into these ruins. The founders of the Order of the Hour were great and faithful warriors. For a time I was proud to count myself among their number, but now I'm not so sure. It seems that the founders, or whoever came after them, set out to protect this place from unwanted visitors. Obviously, the braziers serve as a key of sorts to open the way into the path of order. I just need to figure out how best to turn this key. So she was so stumped about how to light those braziers that she stopped and wrote about it in her fucking live journal. She's like, I don't know how to get past the puzzle. Live journal. Because it was pretty goddamn obvious if you just stopped to examine the statues for a second. Determining the order in which to ignite the braziers was child's play. I'm surprised that more people haven't found their way into these hallowed depths. There must be another way to gain entry into the ruins. How else have these minotaurs made their way down here? I had to kill one of the proud beasts when it surprised me. Was it Mr. Kool-Aiding through a wall? After that, I took great pains to avoid the creatures. After all, no one has ordered me to murder them. And, I suppose, they serve as guardians of a sort. Why not allow them to continue in that role? Just beyond the armory, I encountered a chamber dedicated to the Order's original first sword. I admit I feel a certain connection to Josiah. I wonder if she'd smile upon one such as I for taking up her weapon. I spent a long time praying in the circle of pillars known as the Paragon's Crown. Maybe Akatosh heard my plea, for I soon discovered a tunnel into an even more ancient portion of the ruins. It appears that the Order built their original home atop an ancient cave that harkens back to a more ancient time. An impressive and, dare I say it, frightening statue of Akatosh dominates the cave. I can only assume that this place owes its existence to the Alessian Order and their efforts to raise Akatosh above all other gods. Even the scattered cages hint at darker rites than those practiced by Primate Ortorius and his ilk in the Cathedral of Kvatch. The Primate, the Order, the Brotherhood, damn them all for turning me into what I've become. Perhaps down here, in the shadow of Akatosh's most fearsome presence, I'll finally discover who I'm truly meant to be. Yeah, you're truly meant to be dead, lady. You got your ass kicked. You got your ass kicked. You got your ass kicked. And that was for Mirabelle and Green Venom Tongue. They have been avenged. My friends have been avenged. And with that, I have closure of my mourning for Mirabelle. So now I'm emotionally free to just pursue Silver Werewolf instead. Move on with my life. And this cave, though, fucking cool cave. This is one of the coolest places I've found in Elder Scrolls Online. Maybe the coolest place. Why didn't I just come down this ladder in the first place? Super convenient entrance to the Black Dragon's lair. Why didn't I just come down from here? Yawning. Because I'm super tired after having been up for 3 hours. 3.5. Black Dragon's Journal Part 2. Reddit. Yeah, it won't let you go back in that way. Where am I? Oh, I'm out here. Okay. I think there's gonna be a treasure chest at the base of this waterfall, guys. Treasure chest hidden by the water. Treasure chest hidden by the water. Fuck you, ESO. Honestly, I'm pretty happy with the ESO since when I got stuck, all I had to do was go to the entrance to the room and reset the fight when instead of teleporting out to a way shrine and having to like redo the whole dungeon or something. So, like that was one of those things, could have been way worse. I'm gonna fill a few soul shards real quick. What I need to do is pull up soul magic. Put that here instead of critical rush. Actually, I want to use my... No, great. Put it here instead of critical rush. Is that fucker still alive? Okay. I need to fill a lot of soul shards. Run. Nine more. These wolves will do nicely. Seven more. Blessed Thistle. I'm not gonna fill a soul shard off a river troll. Not trying to fill a soul shard off a minotaur either. Son, welcome. How's it going, son? Good to see ya. Wasn't expecting you to suddenly show up, but then again, it's some whole different time period for you, so. Another rune. I just had a totally epic battle. Here's some mud crabs trying to get all up in my... All my soul shards are full. Perfect. I can put my critical rush back on here. Alright, I gotta go back to the sanctuary. Back to the sanctuary. Back to the back to the sanctuary. Are you fucking kidding me? Trying to test out some strategies of using invisibility more in combat. Because if I use invisibility, not only do they de-aggro me for just a second, sometimes they still hit me even when I'm invisible, especially tougher enemies seem to just not give a fuck, but sometimes they de-aggro me for a second, and then, in addition to that, my next attack will be an automatical critical, and I do extra damage from my passives from stealth. So if I'm popping into invisibility for a second and then hitting him with a quick heavy attack, it's like an extra amount of damage, plus there might be a couple seconds there where they're not hitting me. So kind of weaving in more invisibility into my fighting style with the... I wonder how it works out with the bow. Assume I shoot this guy. Then I invis. And I shoot him. Then I invis. And I shoot him. Sneaking up on 10 a.m. for you? Sneaking up on 1 a.m. for me. Spent all night playing MP and chatting to a friend. Sounds like a good night. What if I'm just like, hey buddy. Okay. Oh, I got some maple. What now? Just trying to get back to my place. Another maple, okay. You broke up with your boyfriend yesterday, so you've been a bit blue. Oh no, why'd you break up with your boyfriend? Getting all the... because he wanted to give me a key to his flat. Okay. So you didn't like him that much, or what? The only time anybody ever gave me a key to their place, she died the next day. Killed herself. You know the story, though. Yeah, I hear you on the serious relationship issue. I do hear you. he reset? What a dick. Fine, we're gonna do this another way, motherfucker. Like I always try to, right? Like every time I think, okay, this time it's gonna be different. This time I'm gonna make it work and I'm gonna stick with it and everything. And then what happens is that doesn't occur. I'm afraid I'll just go mental. I hear you. I so hear you, man. 2 hours and you can do more journal challenges. Oh, nice, man. But yeah, I need to stop playing this and switch over and play some of that here in about 30 minutes. So I can finish my challenge. Strong emotions have a tendency to fuck you up, which in turn fucks everything up. Get that. I just get scared. Like this unreasonable fucking fear. Of anything really good happening. Anything really good starts to happen, I'm just like, no! This is not for me. Talking about the daily challenges in the Secret World Legends game. I'll just be going along, you know, perfectly happy. Like, happier than I've been in so long. So happy. And I'll be nervous about it, but I'm still happy and I'm still trying really hard to make it happen. And then one day I'll just completely shut down. I'll just completely break down and end it and be done. And completely, like, run away and shut myself off. Really bad. Did I tell you what happened with my ex-fiance? Well, you told me some things. I don't know what specific thing. This group of the Dark Brotherhood has lost a lot of people lately. Oh, there they all are, the survivors gathered. Poor Hildegard, Tannic. Like, everyone else is dead. They don't want to talk to me, but why is Core over here also? Oh, that wily core.
I know you can handle yourself. I have a...
He's not supposed to be there. Never noticed this rug on the floor right here. Maybe I did. Got into his email by accident. There was a receipt from a jeweler for a ring, and you flipped your shit instantly. It sucks. Wrath of Sithis is complete.
The Black Dragon killed Green Venom Tongue, didn't she? Damn her to Oblivion's darkest realm, and damn me for sending another brother to his death. But what else? Tell me the rest, Assassin.
Killed the Black Dragon.
As it was ordered, so was it done. I'm impressed, Assassin. Lyra turned her back on the Night Mother and killed so many of the family, but you brought her down. The void gathers all souls. But something else troubles you. Talk to me.
Primate Artorias knows the location of the sanctuary. Rema revealed it before she died.
The Black Dragon made our sister talk. I'd bring Lyra back to life and kill her again if such was within my power. Artorias knows our location. As soon as he gathers the courage, he'll send the Order of the Hour against us.
Yeah, that sounds pretty bad, son. I don't react like that. I never, like, do all that kind of shit. I just vanish. Sometimes I have a final conversation with her where I let her know I'm done. We can't date anymore. I'm not going to talk to you again. You're not going to hear from me. Don't call me. Don't come by. Don't text me. Don't anything. And she'll always be like, why? You know, and I can never really explain it. I'm like, I don't know. I don't know why. It's just, it's over right now, and it's got to be over, and that's all there is to it. I can't do it. I just can't do it. And sometimes I don't even do that. If I can just completely ghost. I remember one girl that I just started dating for just a couple of weeks, but she'd like already really fallen hard for me, and she came by one day. I mean, literally the day before. She was hanging out at my apartment. We were making out. We were laughing, we were having fun, everything was fine, right? There wasn't any kind of fight or anything. I never really get in fights with people I'm dating. Not really. There's never been any kind of fight that precipitated a breakup or anything like that. Next day she comes over. Well, no, she didn't just come over right away. She kept trying to call me. She kept trying to call me and call me and call me, and I wouldn't answer. And she'd leaving me messages, and I wouldn't call her back. So it wasn't the next day. It was probably 2 or 3 days later, after she'd been trying to contact me over and over. She comes back to the apartment, and she's knocking on the door, and I just sat inside and didn't say anything. I didn't answer the door, and she's out there crying and trying to yell through the door and ask me what's going on and why I won't open the door, because she knows I'm in there. There's lights on and shit. And she's trying to call, and I just wouldn't answer, and I wouldn't open the door, and eventually she went away, and that was it. I didn't even have a conversation with her. And so once in a while I'll do that, but mostly I'll usually just say, no, I'm done. I can't do this anymore. Bye. You got your sub alert and sound already? Nice. It's awesome, huh? Brad, that's cool. He did all that because he ordered a ring? What if he was going to ask you to marry him, son? Well, he was going to ask him to marry. That's the point, Muma. It's because he was gonna ask him to marry him that he reacted that way. Because Son and I both have serious mental problems. We're both schizoaffective, and we both have big problems with relationships. Honestly, for me, if I truly care about somebody, like if I am really in love, and I care about somebody, or even if it's not even romantic, even if it's just like a friend, but it's a really, really, really good friend, I start worrying that I'm not good enough for them. Because I know that I'm not good enough for them. They think I am, because they only know this, like, part of me. They haven't seen the full spectrum of all of the fucking mess that is me. And so they think that I'm good for them, but I know that I'm not. I'm not good for them. I'm not good enough for them. And eventually I'm going to end up disappointing and hurting them. And I don't want them getting dragged through a lengthy, painful, stressful, terrible, shitty relationship with me just out of some sort of sense of obligation or trying to work hard to maintain it because they love me or whatever. I don't want to drag them through that and put them through that for who knows how long it'll take before eventually they give up and get out of the relationship themselves. So I feel like I have to end it, you know, because otherwise it's not fair. And then that's not what happens every time. That's what happens when I really, really am super into somebody and I feel like I'm in love with them. When other times I'm just not into them, and it freaks me out when somebody else is really into me and I'm not into them. Because I know that I don't return their real feelings and I'm not going to. So then I feel bad about the fact that they feel something for me, and I can't deal with it either. But it's been a long time for me anyway. I mean, all of these things are basically in my past. Because in fact, with the exception of a sort of an online relationship I had for a little while, a couple years ago, with the exception of that, I haven't actually had a girlfriend in, well, since 2006. Fuck, 2006? Seriously? Yeah, 2006. Huh. 11 fucking years? God damn. That's a long time. That is a long fucking time. And I'm old. Old. Ancient. I'm 40 years old now. 40. If you can believe that shit. Muma says, I don't date, I just drag them to a witch burning. Well, that sounds romantic. What's up, Protector Plays? How you doing? Good to see you again. Alright. Really think the Order of the Hour will attack the Sanctuary?
Eventually, when Artorius feels the time is right. But he'll hesitate to make the first move, to send his soldiers into our Viper's nest. We have time to prepare. In the meantime, I'll confer with the Speaker. When you return, the Primate will die.
Alright, cool. The Wrath of Sith is
The new
complete.
blade brought down the Black Dragon, and I didn't expect you'd survive your first contract.
All our brothers and sisters murdered. But we are safe now, right? The Black Dragon's dead.
The assassin ended the threat of the Black Dragon. But we won't be safe until Artorius joins her in the Void.
But the Primate speaks for Akatosh. Isn't that blasphemy?
It can't be blasphemy if we don't adhere to that religion, Hilda.
I want to plunge my dagger into him. Once for every brother and sister he's killed.
Artorius will die. You have my word on that. And you'll each have a hand in the slaying. Now move. We have preparations to make.
I'm gonna fuck Artorius up. Got some nice Sithis' guards. No longer have a guild quest. Son had a meltdown. He deserved and kind of went on to demonstrate the fact, trying to ruin my own life in the process as punishment for having let the relationship get that far. Worst thing is that people warned me I might do exactly that and I didn't listen. Well, that all sounds par for the course with fucking our disorder. None of that is surprising. I've never really done anything particularly dramatic when it came to ending a relationship. But it's not something that's out of the realm of possibility. If I wasn't on medication and I got manic, and who knows what would happen.
Not now, assassin. We need to determine our best course of action to foil Artorias in the order of the hour. Come back later, after I've had an opportunity to meet with the speaker.
Goodbye. Alright. Well, let's see if any of our friends are around and want to chat with us about the situation. She's in her office. And I mean, I'm heartbroken about it to this day, because at least a couple of those relationships I did not want to end. I would say there were two women, or perhaps girls at the time, because they were pretty young, but there were two that I kind of consider the loves of my life, that I would have wanted to be with for the rest of my life, that I would have wanted to marry, theoretically, if marriage was a thing that was a good idea, but to be with for the rest of my life in one way or another. And the first one, it kind of forcibly ended when I went to prison, but the fact that I went to prison was because I had chosen to break up with her and move away and decline her offer to move in with her. And I was so fucked up over all that that kind of led to me going to prison, actually. The second one, though, there was absolutely nothing external going on to prevent us from being together. In fact, the circumstances were perfect for us to be together. Oh, I've already read this. Poor Green Venom Tongue. Poor guy's dead. Alright, have a good one. See you later on your stream, Brad. In a little while. Have fun. Speaking of witch burnings, did you know the Christianified summer solstice celebration here in Denmark involves burning a witch? What? Are you fucking serious?
Didn't think I'd stay in that bed forever, did you, Newblade? As soon as I'm back to full strength, we'll see who's the better assassin.
Whatever, Tannic. You didn't know that, Sin? I thought everybody knew that. I guess you're not in my stream all that often, but I talk about it all the time. Sun too. Me and Sun have both done time. Almost the same amount of time, in fact. It's gonna sound crazy, but what I actually did my 4.5 years in prison for was robbery. Aggravated robbery, fled down to regular robbery, and it was of a bank.
You did it. I knew you would. The Night Mother truly favors you. I just wish the Dread Father hadn't called for Venom so soon.
You know, Hildegard, you and me, baby, ain't nothing but animals. That's not how the song goes. It goes mammals. I know, but I wanted to say animals because it sounded better in my head. She's a werewolf, is what I'm trying to say. She's a werewolf. I'm trying to make a play on the fact that she's a werewolf, okay? For some reason, mammal just didn't seem to have the right ring when it came to being a werewolf. Did a bank heist? Well, not a heist, really. I walked in there and walked up to the teller and handed her a bag and told her I had a gun and told her to fill the bag up with money. She did. I left. The bag had a dye pack in there which went off and it burned with all this red smoke like a flare. Some dude saw the red smoke, got in his van, followed me, called the cops, told them where I was going, so then a shitload of cops came and pulled me over and arrested me. I never even got home with the money. So if that's what you'd call a heist, then sure. It was pretty much a total failure. But I wasn't 100% trying to succeed. I didn't plan it out in any way ahead of time. It was spur of the moment. And at the time, I was really kind of wanting to get caught because I was already a fugitive from justice and was already facing a prison sentence if they caught me from a previous felony I'd committed and been put on probation for. And I was already sort of sick of being on the run and kind of wanted to get caught anyway because I was so miserable about my life. So the fact that they did catch me and I went to prison didn't actually bother me at all. I guess I have to do more bullshit contracts. Speaker Tyrannus is gonna want me to do a thing. I don't want to do a Speaker Tyrannus thing right now. These days it's a witch doll with screamers stuff inside. So that is fucking horrendous. Why would they do that? How do they even get away with that without people losing their shit? Must be a Denmark thing. If they did that shit in America, people would go buck wild. There would be so many protests and shit.
Even the simplest contract.
Culturally homogenous country. That's some euphemistic way of saying we're some bigoted ass bigots. That is one thing I worry about when it comes to Europe, and I think of Europe being all progressive and civilized and enlightened, except for the fact that there seems to be a lot of racism and religious intolerance in Europe still. There's nobody to object to traditions because everyone follows them. I mean, that's on par with if fucking German people had a thing where they ceremonially burned a fucking effigy of a Jew in this day and age, and everybody just thought it was fine. Like, that shit wouldn't fly. I don't understand how that even... I mean, we're talking about celebrating atrocities here. There's still a lot of pagans in the world today. I'm amazed that they aren't up in arms about that, but I guess none of them are in Denmark.
Herein lie the countless damned, their worth measured only by the weight of the gold that condemned them. Find your favorite and drive home the point, preferably with the tip of your blade. Brothers and sisters, our sanctuary requests assistance to embarrass the Morag Tong.
I haven't seen this one before.
For any willing to lend their blade to the cause, come to Stonefalls and let the streets run red.
Alright, I can do that. Stonefalls spree. I've already done a spree in Stonefalls, I thought, but it wasn't for the same reason. Or maybe it was, I don't know. Well, Asatru are pagans. I mean, they fall within that categorization. They might not use that word for themselves, but although the ones I've known in America do use that word, so they can fit within a broader sort of classification, or at least for this point of like protection of their rights and stuff. No, Sin, that picture has nothing to do with that dye. The dye from the dye pack in the money was only red, and it didn't get on my face or anything. It just got on my hands, and it took a couple of weeks to wash it out of my hands, because it like totally dyes your skin. That picture on my channel is from a color run. Right after I got done at a color run. Yeah, and if I had dye on myself, on my face from the fucking money of the dye pack, I would not have taken a picture of myself with it. Okay, here's some evidence that I committed this crime. Of course, they had me on security camera and everything. So, and the, you know, the teller testified of who I was. I mean, when I walked up to the teller, I was wearing a long black trench coat, a army cap, like a camouflage cap that was pulled down kind of low so that you couldn't see much of my face, and a big pair of sunglasses. And I had a huge beard, which I was going to shave off as soon as I got home. I was going to shave my beard, I was going to dye my hair, and I was going to, you know, get rid of that cap and sunglasses and coat and stuff. But I never got a chance to do any of that because I got caught before I even got home. And they had so much evidence against me right on. I knew there was absolutely no point in trying to pretend it wasn't me. So I just confessed to it right away. I didn't care. Once they caught me, I felt sort of weirdly relieved. I don't know if I can explain that in any way that anyone would understand. Maybe Sun would understand, I don't know. But I felt relieved. I was like, okay, finally. I can stop running, I can stop worrying about it. I no longer have to try to manage my life. I'm now in the fucking care of these people who will just tell me what to do. And I can sit in my cell and be left alone and... fuck it, you know? Because my life had been a dramatic mess up to that point. With a lot of reasons to be very sad. Because this happened just a couple of months after my girlfriend killed herself. And I was still fucked up over that. And then my other girlfriend, because at that time, this was back in 2000, at that time I was kind of dating multiple women at once. It was just that kind of a year. And the girl that I was really in love with was Donna, and I had just ended things with her and declined her offer to move in with her. She not only wanted me to move in with her, she was going to support me. She told me, move in, live with me, you don't have to get a job, you don't have to pay for anything, because she had a lot of money. And she was just gonna support me, literally, and I could live there, and she was awesome. She was amazing. Like, there was absolutely no reason not to do it. It was like the best offer I've ever had in my life. And I was like, no, I don't think so. And in fact, not only no, but I'm also gonna move away now and you're never gonna see me again, so bye. So that was really fucking me up. Plus the fact that Kate killed herself, and so I was not in a good way. Then I got out to Denver and I was around my old friends and everything was not great. I was just all screwed up and I really needed to go to prison, honestly. I probably would have killed myself if I hadn't. Alright. Well, we've got to murder citizens in Stone Falls again, so that'll be fun. I'm happy to say that my character doesn't have a bounty right now. Isn't that amazing? Hopefully I won't get a bounty while murdering citizens in Stone Falls. But as it turned out, prison was the best time of my life. Second best time. I guess the very best time was the 6 months that I lived in San Francisco as a squatter. That was probably pound for pound the happiest time of my life. But shortly after that is my prison time. Not all of which was great, but most of which was great. Has things gotten better a bit for you to look past it? Well, it's been so long, Sin. I mean, we're talking 17 years ago this stuff happened. And I've been out of prison completely, even counting the 6 months I had to go back for my parole violation in 2006. I've been out of prison for 11 years. So this shit feels like ancient history to me. I need to go Dragon War. I don't know if things are better per se now, but they are calmer. Much calmer. There's not really much drama in my life anymore. There's just sort of a creeping, day-to-day, endless, soulless emptiness, barrenness, void, sorrow, living death. But no drama. So, I'm gonna be grateful for one thing. Sin says, pain never leaves, it scars, and it's hardest thing to mend. Death is never easy to look at or know. I lost my grandma, and the next month I lost my mom, so yeah, it's pretty shitty. Man, that sucks. Back to back like that, huh? Sorry. My parents are both still alive, but I was more close to my grandmother than anybody else in my family. I lived with her for a while when I was 18. And she died and it hit me pretty hard, but that's been quite a few years now. I need to find some people to murder here.
Press that line.
I need to find some people to murder. Anybody's really watching. Somebody saw me. Everybody's trying to kill me.
You call yourselves soldiers?
Got a huge fucking bounty. Death is never a good thing to look at. Oh yeah, obviously, real death is nothing like on TV or games. Those aren't real people that are getting killed. You know what I'm saying? In real life, it's an actual person, and you have to face the concept that that person is literally gone forever. You're never gonna see them again, hear from them again. That anything you wanted to say to him or her, that you didn't get a chance to, too bad, you'll never get a chance to say it now. Anything else you thought would ever happen with them, anything else that they wanted to do is now over. They'll never get a chance to do those things. Fuck, I just dropped down right behind a guard.
Get away from there, fetcher.
That to me is the worst part, is knowing that somebody is truly gone and that there's absolutely nothing you can do about it. You know what I mean? You can't... There's absolutely no hope that you can fix it, or... I got seen again? Alright, Vanguard Duelist.
Is that a bounty I see on your head? Why, yes, I believe it is.
Now I have a huge bounty. Well, that quest is done, but I did it in the most degenerate, fucked up, stupid way possible, so that's great. I need to go to the Outlaws' Refuge. And there isn't one here. Of course there's not. Of course there's not. Guard. Guard. Need to get up top somehow. Not looking good though. Your biological mom died last fall. Still don't know how I feel about that. Well, you weren't exactly a fan of her, were you? Gold Coast treasure map. It's fucking impossible to get to this way shrine. When Kate died, it just broke me in pieces, and I couldn't even deal with it at the time, so I just went fucking numb and just pushed it down and told myself I didn't care. Obviously I did care a whole lot, but at the time I just tried to pretend like I didn't, and... oh god. Going to Anvil. Hadn't talked to her for 26 years. Wish you'd gotten a chance to talk. Oh, so now you'll never have the chance to talk to her, so that's probably pretty sad. Yeah. Like a tidal wave sweeping over you, then drowning you for a long time before letting you breathe and leave you feeling cold. It's a pretty good description, Sin. Pretty good description. Well, I've seen a lot of people die in my life. Most of them I didn't really care that much about, They just died, and I was like, whatever. I had to watch other people grieve. Really, only a very small number of people have died that I gave a fuck about. But this right here is where we're going to end this episode. So, thanks for watching. This has been Josiah Plays The Elder Scrolls Online Dark Brotherhood DLC.